your sons, and your daughters and your sons. You sow the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons. They tortured you in Belfast, they taunted you in Spain. In that Warsaw ghetto, they tied you up in chains. In Vietnam and Libya, they came with tanks and guns. Now you sow the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons. And your daughters and your sons. And your daughters and your sons. You sow the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons.
Of a free motherhood, lest it will rob them of their prey. Who would fight wars? Who would create wealth? Who would make the policeman the jailer if women were to refuse the indiscriminate breeding of children? Ah, the race, shouts the king, the president, the capitalist, the priest. The race must be preserved, though woman be degraded to a mere machine, and the marriage institution is our only safety valve against the pernicious sex awakening of woman. But in vain these frantic efforts to maintain a state of bondage. In vain, too, the edicts of the church, the mad attacks of rulers. In vain, even the arm of the law. Women no longer want to be a party to the production of a race of sickly, feeble, decrepit, wretched human beings who have neither the strength nor moral courage to throw off the yoke of poverty and slavery. Instead, she desires fewer and better children, begotten and reared in love, and through free choice, not by compulsion as marriage imposes.
Here it is. Charter 77 criticized the government for failing to implement human rights provisions of a number of documents it had signed. Imagine that. Including the 1960 Constitution of Czechoslovakia, the final act of the 1975 Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe, and the United Nations Covenants on Political, Civil, Economic, and Cultural Rights. The documents also describe the signatories as loose, informal, and open association of people, united by the will to strive individually and collectively for respect for human and civil rights in our country and throughout the world. It emphasized that Charter 77 is not an organization.
Chapter 77 is not an organization. It has no statutes, no permanent organs, and no organized membership. Everyone who agrees with the idea behind it, participates in its work, and supports it, is its member. Chapter 77 is not a base for opposition political activity. It wants to serve the general interest, like many similar examples of civic initiative in the various countries, West and East. It does not want to lay down its own programs of political or social reforms or changes, but to engage in the spheres of its activity in a constructive dialogue with political and state power, especially by calling attention to various concrete instances of the violation of human and civil rights.